Hello, coin collectors and enthusiasts. Welcome back to my channel Pocket Change Coins, where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we have an extraordinary coin to discuss, the United States Liberty 1-cent coin from 1944, specifically the rare 1944 D mint mark. You might think of a penny as just loose change, but this particular coin is far from ordinary. It's one of the most fascinating and sought-after pieces in American numismatics, and it could be worth far more than you'd ever imagine. Stick around, because in just a moment, we'll reveal just how much this small penny could be worth today. Now, let's rewind a bit to 1944. The United States was in the midst of World War II, and the country was undergoing significant economic and social changes. The war effort had created an unprecedented demand for materials, and many coins were made using alternative metals to conserve precious resources. During this time, the U.S. Mint produced 1-cent coins made from steel and zinc due to a copper shortage caused by the war. But there were still some coins minted with copper, and this is where the Liberty 1-cent coin from 1944 comes into play. The 1944 D mint mark is a unique variation of the Liberty 1-cent coin. Unlike other years in the 1940s, this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, and its value skyrockets because of the unusual characteristics and conditions that have made it stand out from the rest. This coin is known for its distinct features, and today, it's recognized as a piece of history. One of the key aspects that make this particular coin so interesting is the rarity of the 1944 D penny in great condition. In 1944, there was a larger than usual production of pennies. However, many of them were heavily circulated, meaning most of them are in poor condition with visible wear and tear. But finding one of these coins in mint or near mint condition is exceedingly rare. The more well-preserved the coin, the more valuable it becomes, and collectors go wild for pristine examples of the 1944 D penny. So, what makes the 1944 D Liberty 1-cent coin so special in the world of coin collectors? Well, aside from the rarity, the coin's design also plays a significant role. On the obverse side, you'll find the famous image of Lady Liberty, created by the renowned sculptor Victor David Brenner. Lady Liberty is shown in profile, wearing a winged cap, symbolizing freedom and liberty. This iconic image has been a part of American coins since 1909, and it has a timeless appeal that continues to captivate coin enthusiasts. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find a detailed depiction of a pair of wheat stalks, representing the agricultural backbone of the United States. These wheat ears symbolize prosperity and the hard work of American farmers. The design has been a hallmark of American pennies for many decades and adds another layer of significance to this already intriguing coin. What makes the 1944 D penny so highly coveted by collectors is not just its design or historical context, but also the rarity of certain minting errors that occurred during production. Some 1944 D pennies were struck with double dies, causing a slight overlap in the design elements. These coins are especially valuable and are among the most sought-after variants in the market today. These errors can add thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars, to the coin's value, making them incredibly exciting for collectors searching for rare finds. Additionally, the composition of the 1944 D penny makes it particularly interesting. While many pennies from the era were made with zinc-coated steel, the 1944 D is composed of copper, a much more valuable material. The decision to continue using copper after the war's end only adds to the historical significance of the coin. When you hold one of these coins in your hand, you're holding a piece of history that was made during a pivotal time in the world. But let's get down to the most important question: how much is this coin worth? Well, it depends largely on the condition of the coin, its rarity, and whether it has any minting errors. A 1944 D Liberty 1-cent coin in excellent, uncirculated condition can fetch tens of thousands of dollars at auction. But, when you're dealing with a coin that is in top-tier condition, particularly one with rare minting errors, you're looking at a staggering amount of money. The value of a 1944 D Liberty 1-cent coin has been known to soar to as much as $200,000. Yes, you heard that right, $200,000 for a single penny. It's mind-blowing to think that a coin worth just 1 cent back in 1944 could be worth a small fortune today. So, if you happen to come across one of these coins, take a closer look at its condition and any possible minting errors, because you could be holding a rare treasure that's worth a lot more than just pocket change. If you have a 1944 penny tucked away in your collection or in an old coin jar, it might be time to give it a second glance. Remember, the condition, rarity, and any unique features will all play a role in determining its value. Coin collectors around the world would love to get their hands on one of these rare coins, and with the right condition, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Second rare coin, we're going to talk about a coin that may look like any other penny at first glance, but don't be fooled, this small piece of currency holds an incredible story and a shocking value. We're diving into the details of the United States Liberty 1-cent coin from 1966. If you've ever wondered how a seemingly ordinary penny could end up being worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, you're in for a real treat. Stick with us as we uncover the history, design, rarity, and true value of this iconic coin. Let's take a trip back in time to 1966. It was a year marked by significant changes both in the US and around the world. The United States was in the middle of the 1960s, a decade of cultural revolution, technological advancement, and, of course, change in the economy. The 1960s also saw shifts in US coinage, as the country was transitioning away from silver in its currency. The US Mint was experimenting with different compositions for its coins, which makes coins from this era so fascinating to collectors. One of the most notable coins in the 1960s is the 1966 Liberty 1-cent coin, which was struck in copper and has captured the attention of numismatists ever since. Now, you might be asking, what makes the 1966 Liberty 1-cent coin so special? The answer lies in the fact that while millions of these pennies were produced in 1966, some rare versions of this coin were struck with an error that has made them highly valuable today. The story behind the 1966 penny involves a mistake made at the US Mint during the production process. Some of the 1966 pennies were unintentionally struck with a double die error, which means the design on the coin is imprinted twice. This minting error is incredibly rare and highly sought after, making any 1966 penny with this error a collector's dream. But let's talk about the design of the coin for a moment. The obverse of the 1966 penny features the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, which was first designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. Lincoln's face is a familiar image for most Americans, as he has been depicted on the 1-cent coin since its introduction. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find the iconic wheat ears design, another staple of American coinage. These wheat stalks symbolize the nation's agricultural roots and represent the hard work and resilience of the American people. The 1966 penny is known for its striking appearance, but when you add the rarity of the double die error, it becomes something truly special. Coins with this error feature a slightly blurry or doubled image, which happened because the die used to strike the coin was misaligned during production. The result is a design that appears twice, creating a visual effect that can be clearly seen on the coin. While this error occurred with only a small number of pennies, it has led to an increase in the value of the 1966 Liberty 1-cent coin. Finding one of these error coins in good condition is a rare feat, as most of these pennies were heavily circulated. Many of them have been worn down or damaged over the years. Coins that are well preserved, especially those with the double die error, can command impressive prices at auction. And just how much could one of these coins be worth? Well, that depends on the coin's condition and whether it contains the error. When it comes to the 1966 penny, a coin in excellent or mint condition with the double die error could be worth an eye-popping amount of money. While many of these pennies are worth just a few cents, one in pristine condition could be worth as much as $165,000. Yes, that's $165,000 for a single penny. If you happen to find a 1966 penny tucked away in a drawer or hidden among your collection of change, you might just be holding a small fortune in your hands. Coins with minting errors like this one are incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors, meaning they could fetch prices that you wouldn't expect from such a small, seemingly ordinary coin. Keep in mind that the condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. A well-preserved penny, especially one with the double die error, will always be more valuable than one that's seen a lot of wear and tear. So, how can you tell if your 1966 penny is one of these rare, high-value coins? First, carefully inspect the coin for any signs of a double die error. Look at the design on both the obverse and reverse sides of the coin. If you notice that the lettering, numbers, or images appear to be doubled, you might have an error coin on your hands. The most noticeable areas of doubling are usually seen on the date, the word liberty, and the motto, "In God We Trust." If your coin shows these signs of doubling and is in excellent condition, it could very well be worth far more than you might have ever thought. The 1966 Liberty 1-cent coin is a perfect example of how something as simple as a penny can turn into a valuable and rare collector's item. Whether it's the historical significance, the stunning design, or the rare double die error, this coin has it all. So, the next time you're going through your spare change or sorting through old coins, keep an eye out for the 1966 penny. It just might be the lucky find that could change your life. In conclusion, the United States Liberty 1-cent coin from 1966 is not just a relic of American history, it's a potential treasure. Thanks to its rare minting error, a well-preserved 1966 penny could be worth an astounding $165,000. Who knew that a coin worth just 1 cent when it was first minted could hold so much value today? If you've got a 1966 penny, make sure to examine it closely. You might just be sitting on a hidden gem. Third unique coin, we're diving into the fascinating world of one of the most iconic coins in American history, the 1945 United States Liberty 1-cent coin. What you might think of as just another penny could be hiding a significant treasure worth far more than you'd expect. You're about to discover how a small piece of currency, often overlooked by many, could turn out to be worth a staggering amount of money. Stick with us as we explore the history, design, rarity, and true value of the 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin, and find out just how much this penny could be worth today. Let's step back into the year 1945, a time when the United States was in the final stages of World War II. It was a year of transition, as the country shifted from wartime production back to peacetime economies. The end of the war meant that the U.S. Mint, which had been focused on producing coins needed for the war effort, could finally focus on normal coinage production once again. The 1945 penny was part of this period, and while millions were minted, this coin holds far more than just historical value. One of the reasons the 1945 penny is so special is that it was produced in a unique period of American history. After the war, the government began transitioning its coinage back to pre-war designs and compositions. The 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin was struck using copper, and it features the classic wheat design, which had been used on the penny since 1909. The design of the penny remained unchanged during this period, but the circumstances surrounding its production and the state of the coinage after the war made it a valuable piece for collectors. Let's take a look at the design of the coin. The obverse side features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, created by the artist Victor David Brenner. This portrait of Lincoln has been a part of American coinage for over a century, and it is instantly recognizable to any coin collector or history enthusiast. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find the iconic wheat ears design, which symbolizes the agricultural roots of the United States. These wheat stalks represent the hard work and strength of the American people, and they were a perfect fit for a country rebuilding itself after a time of war. Now, while the 1945 penny may look like just another ordinary coin, there's more to it than meets the eye. You see, coins like the 1945 penny can sometimes have unique characteristics that make them much more valuable than their face value. The key to its worth is its rarity, particularly when it comes to coins in excellent or near-perfect condition. Like many coins from this era, most 1945 pennies were heavily circulated, meaning they have been worn down over time, losing their original crisp details. Finding a 1945 penny in pristine condition is a rare feat, and this is where the true value lies for collectors. But it's not just about condition, there are also certain errors that can make a 1945 penny worth significantly more. While the 1945 coin doesn't have as many notable minting errors as some other coins from different years, it's still worth paying close attention to details like die cracks, double dies, and other anomalies that can occur during the minting process. These minting errors are highly coveted by collectors because they add an extra layer of rarity to the coin. If you happen to have a 1945 penny with any such errors, your coin could be worth a lot more than you originally thought. Now let's talk about the actual value of the 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin. While the majority of 1945 pennies are worth only a few cents, just like any other circulated penny, coins in exceptional condition or with rare minting errors can reach jaw-dropping prices. In fact, a 1945 penny in perfect, uncirculated condition could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. But here's where it gets even more exciting. If you have a particularly rare variant, such as a coin with a minting error or one in absolutely pristine condition, it could be worth much, much more. The 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin has been known to fetch as much as $185,000. Yes, you heard that right, $185,000 for a single penny. That's the power of rarity and condition in the world of coin collecting. This high value is reserved for the coins that are in impeccable shape or have unique features that make them stand out from the rest. So, if you happen to find a 1945 penny that's been carefully preserved over the years, or if you stumble upon a minting error, you could be holding a small fortune in your hand. The real beauty of coin collecting is that sometimes, treasures are hidden in the most unlikely places. Many coin collectors start by sorting through their spare change, looking for rare or valuable coins that have slipped through the cracks. If you've ever picked up an old penny and thought it was just a regular coin, it might be time to take a second look, because you could be holding a 1945 penny that could be worth a significant amount of money. The key is to pay close attention to the condition of the coin and to watch out for any subtle minting errors that might make it even more valuable. In conclusion, the 1945 Liberty 1-cent coin is a prime example of how a simple penny can be transformed into a valuable collector's item. From its historical significance during the post-war period to its rare errors and pristine condition variants, this coin has become a highly sought-after piece for collectors. So, if you find yourself with a 1945 penny, don't just toss it aside, take a closer look. You could be holding a coin worth as much as $185,000. Now, we're going to dive deep into a coin that might just be hiding in your collection without you even realizing its true value, the United States Liberty 1-cent coin from 1949. This humble penny, which you might overlook when sifting through your change, has some surprising characteristics that make it not only historically significant but potentially worth a small fortune. So, stick around because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at what this penny could be worth today. To understand why the 1949 Liberty 1-cent coin is so special, let's step back in time and look at the context of 1949. The United States had just come out of World War II, and the economy was shifting from a wartime economy to a peacetime one. The post-war era was a time of growth and prosperity, but it also marked a time of change for U.S. coinage. The U.S. Mint, during this period, was working hard to meet the country's growing demand for currency, and the 1949 penny is a great example of that effort. It was produced during a time when the economy was expanding, and coins like the 1949 Liberty 1-cent coin were circulated widely, making it more common than some of the other rarer coins from earlier years. However, the true value of the 1949 penny doesn't lie just in its creation. What makes this coin so interesting and so valuable in the world of collectors today is its rarity, specifically, its scarcity in high-quality condition. While millions of these pennies were struck and circulated, very few have survived in near-perfect or uncirculated condition. If you happen to have one of these coins in pristine condition, it could be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. Now, let's talk about the design of the 1949 penny. On the obverse side, you'll find the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This image of Lincoln has graced the penny since 1909, making it one of the longest-running designs in American coinage. Lincoln is depicted in profile, gazing to the right, a symbol of strength and leadership. Surrounding his portrait are the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year the coin was minted, 1949. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find the famous wheat ears design, also created by Brenner. The wheat stalks represent the agricultural strength of the United States, a nod to the country's vast farming history. The words "E pluribus unum" and "United States of America" appear above the wheat stalks, along with the coin's denomination, 1 cent, below. The wheat design was used on pennies from 1909 until 1958, so it's instantly recognizable to any numismatist, but the real story behind the 1949 penny's value lies in its condition. While the design itself is beautiful and represents American history, the most significant factor driving the value of the coin today is its rarity in excellent condition. Most of the 1949 pennies produced by the U.S. Mint were circulated heavily, and over the years, many of them have suffered from wear and tear. The coins that survived in near-mint condition are incredibly rare, and as a result, they've become highly sought after by collectors. A 1949 penny in excellent condition, with sharp details and little to no wear, can be worth significantly more than its face value. What makes the 1949 penny even more exciting for collectors is the possibility of finding it with certain minting errors. These could include things like double dies, where the coin's design is struck twice, or other subtle defects that can occur during the minting process. These errors are highly valued by collectors because they make the coin even more unique. So, if you happen to have a 1949 penny with a minting error, the value can be even higher. Now, here's the moment you've been waiting for: how much could a 1949 Liberty 1 cent coin be worth? The answer depends largely on the coin's condition and whether it has any rare minting errors. While most 1949 pennies are worth only a few cents, a coin in mint or near mint condition can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But here's the kicker: if you have one of these rare coins that has been preserved in impeccable condition, or even better, one that features a rare minting error, then you could be sitting on a small fortune. In fact, a 1949 penny in the best possible condition, especially one with a minting error, has been known to fetch as much as $190,000. Yes, that's $190,000 for a single penny. It's almost unbelievable, but the truth is, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and this 1949 penny is a prime example of how something that was once worth just 1 cent can become a collector's dream worth a life-changing amount of money. So, what should you do if you come across a 1949 penny in your collection? Take a close look at its condition. If it's in good shape or if you notice any minting errors, it might be worth sending it to a professional grader for evaluation. A coin in pristine condition, or one that has rare features, could be a valuable asset for any collector. In conclusion, the 1949 Liberty 1 cent coin is more than just a piece of currency, it's a piece of American history. With its striking design, its historical context, and its potential for rarity, this coin continues to capture the attention of collectors today. So, next time you find a 1949 penny lying around, don't dismiss it as just another piece of spare change. Take a closer look: you could be holding a rare treasure worth $190,000. Next coin, we have a coin that's both a piece of American history and a potential hidden gem. We're talking about the 1953 United States Liberty 1 cent coin, a coin that might seem like just another penny at first glance, but could actually be worth an astonishing amount of money. Stick with us until the end, because you won't believe just how much this little coin could be worth today. The year 1953 was an interesting time in American history. The United States was in the midst of the post-World War II boom, experiencing rapid economic growth and prosperity. The country had emerged from the war as a global superpower, and this period marked the beginning of the Cold War. In 1953, Dwight D. Eisenhower was inaugurated as the 34th President of the United States, and the country was witnessing major technological advancements and social changes. The U.S. Mint, in 1953, was hard at work producing the nation's coins, including the iconic 1 cent coin. The 1953 penny was struck in copper and features the famous Lincoln design that's been a staple of American coinage for over a century. But while many of these pennies were produced in large quantities, some have become incredibly valuable to collectors due to their rarity, condition, and potential for minting errors. Let's take a moment to appreciate the design of this coin. On the obverse side, you'll find the beloved portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln, who led the nation through its most challenging times, is depicted with great dignity and strength. His image has been part of the penny since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. Surrounding his profile are the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year of minting, 1953. On the reverse side of the coin, we see the classic wheat stalks design, which was used on the penny from 1909 until 1958. The wheat design symbolizes the agricultural roots of the United States and represents the strength and resilience of the American people. The words, "United States of America, e pluribus unum," and "1 cent," are inscribed around the wheat stalks, completing the coin's simple yet powerful design. While the design itself is beautiful, it's not the only thing that makes the 1953 penny stand out. What truly drives its value is its rarity and condition. Like most coins from this era, the 1953 penny was widely circulated, and as a result, many of them have been worn down over the years. Coins that were heavily used in daily transactions often lose their sharp details and become worn, making them less valuable to collectors. However, those that have survived in excellent or uncirculated condition are much rarer and more valuable. The key to the 1953 penny's worth lies in the condition it's in. A well-preserved coin with sharp, crisp details can fetch a much higher price than one that has been heavily circulated. For collectors, finding a coin in near-perfect condition is always a thrill, as the value can skyrocket for a coin that's nearly flawless. But it's not just about condition. Some 1953 pennies have been known to have rare minting errors, which can make them even more valuable. For example, a 1953 penny with a double die error, where the design appears twice due to a misalignment of the die, can be a real find. These types of errors are highly coveted by collectors because they make the coin unique. If you happen to come across a 1953 penny with any kind of minting error, such as doubling or other misstrikes, it could significantly increase its value. Now, let's talk about the real value of the 1953 Liberty 1-cent coin. While many of these pennies are worth only a few cents, just like any other circulated coin, the ones that are in pristine condition or that feature rare minting errors can be worth a lot more. In fact, some of the best preserved 1953 pennies have been sold for thousands of dollars at auctions. But the highest prices are reserved for coins that are in perfect condition or those that contain rare features. So, how much could a 1953 penny be worth? If you happen to have one of these coins in near mint or uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a coin worth up to $149,000. Yes, that's right, $149,000 for a single penny. It might sound unbelievable, but the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and a coin like the 1953 Liberty 1-cent coin has the potential to make you a very lucky collector. It's important to remember that coin values can vary depending on the coin's condition and any unique features it might have. A 1953 penny with a minting error or in mint condition can command an incredible price, while a well-worn coin might only be worth its face value. So, if you find a 1953 penny in your collection or come across one in your spare change, it's worth taking a closer look. Who knows? You could be holding a coin worth much more than you expected. In conclusion, the 1953 Liberty 1-cent coin is much more than just a piece of currency. It's a collectible treasure with historical significance, a beautiful design, and the potential to be worth a fortune. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual observer, the 1953 penny is a great example of how a small piece of history can turn into a valuable asset. So, the next time you come across a 1953 penny, take a moment to inspect it carefully. It could be worth as much as $149,000. Especially, we have something truly fascinating to talk about, the 1950 United States Liberty 1-cent coin. At first glance, this penny might look like just another piece of currency you'd find in your pocket change, but trust me, there's a lot more to this coin than meets the eye. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual observer, this video will open your eyes to how this 1950 penny could potentially be worth far more than you could ever imagine. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this seemingly ordinary coin is so highly sought after in the world of numismatics. To set the stage, let's take a quick step back in time to the year 1950. The world was still recovering from the devastation of World War II, and the United States was undergoing significant changes. The post-war economic boom was in full swing, and the country was experiencing a period of growth and prosperity. It was also the beginning of the Korean War, which would have a profound effect on the country's military and economic landscape. It was a time of change, but it was also a time when the U.S. Mint was hard at work producing the country's coinage, including the famous Liberty 1-cent coin. The 1950 Liberty penny holds a special place in American coinage history because it was struck during an interesting period of transition. While millions of these coins were produced, what really makes them stand out is their scarcity in top-tier condition. Most of the 1950 pennies that were minted have been heavily circulated over the years, leaving them with wear and tear that diminishes their value. However, if you happen to find one in pristine condition, or one that has survived without the usual signs of wear, it could be worth a small fortune. Now let's dive into the details of the design. On the obverse of the coin, you'll find the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, which has adorned the penny since 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, Lincoln's profile is captured with incredible detail and elegance, symbolizing the strength and resilience of the nation. Surrounding the portrait, you'll see the words, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and of course, the year of minting, 1950. On the reverse side of the coin, the familiar wheat stalks design takes center stage. This design, which appeared on the penny from 1909 until 1958, represents the agricultural roots of the United States. The wheat symbolizes the hard work and resilience of the American people, a fitting tribute to the country's farmers and their role in the nation's growth. The reverse also features the words, "United States of America, e pluribus unum," and 1 cent. This simple, yet powerful design is timeless and continues to resonate with coin collectors today. But here's where things get interesting. While the 1950 penny has a classic design, the real value comes from the rarity and condition of the coin. Many of the 1950 pennies were produced during a time of heavy circulation, which means they were used in daily transactions and saw a lot of wear. Over the years, these pennies have been handled, exchanged, and spent, leaving them with worn edges, faded details, and other signs of aging. But if you're lucky enough to find a 1950 penny that hasn't been through the rigors of circulation, you could be looking at a coin that's worth far more than 1 cent. Coins that have been well preserved or remain uncirculated are highly sought after in the numismatic world. A coin with sharp details, no signs of wear, and minimal discoloration is considered to be in mint state, and these coins can fetch high prices at auctions and among collectors. In fact, a 1950 penny in excellent condition can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, especially if it's a particularly rare specimen. But what about the 1950 penny with a minting error? If you have a 1950 penny that features a double die, where the design appears twice due to a mistake during the minting process, you may have a real treasure on your hands. Minting errors, such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, or planchet defects, can dramatically increase a coin's value. Collectors love these errors because they add a unique touch to the coin, making it stand out from the rest of the minting run. So, if you have a 1950 penny with one of these errors, it could be worth significantly more than the typical 1950 penny. Now, let's get to the exciting part. How much can a 1950 penny really be worth? As we've discussed, the key to determining a coin's value lies in its condition and rarity. While most 1950 pennies are worth only a few cents, a well-preserved coin or one with a rare minting error can fetch a much higher price. In fact, some of the highest quality 1950 pennies have been known to sell for incredible amounts at auction. But hold on, because here comes the big reveal: a 1950 penny in pristine condition, or one with a rare minting error, has been known to reach a value as high as $160,000. Yes, you heard that right, $160,000 for a single penny. It's hard to believe that something so small and seemingly ordinary could be worth so much, but in the world of coin collecting, rarity and condition can transform a simple piece of currency into a valuable asset. So, if you come across a 1950 penny in your collection, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. A coin that might seem like just another penny could actually be worth a small fortune. In conclusion, the 1950 Liberty 1-cent coin is a prime example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can hold extraordinary value. From its historical significance to its beautiful design, this coin has earned its place in the hearts of collectors. And if you happen to find a 1950 penny that's in great condition, or if you discover one with a minting error, you could be holding a coin worth up to $160,000. Now, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare U.S. coins, and specifically, we'll be taking a close look at the 1954 United States Liberty 1-cent coin. You might think this coin is just another piece of everyday pocket change, but let me tell you, this penny is anything but ordinary. In fact, the 1954 penny could be hiding a lot more value than you might expect, and by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at just how much this small piece of currency could be worth today. To start, let's take a step back and look at what was happening in the United States in 1954. The country was in the middle of the post-World War II economic boom. The 1950s were a time of prosperity, growth, and change. The population was growing, technology was advancing, and consumer culture was booming. The United States was entering the height of the Cold War and had just witnessed the first hydrogen bomb test in 1952. It was also a time when the U.S. Mint was busy producing millions of pennies, including the 1954 D. The D on the 1954 penny indicates that it was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the most well-known and historically significant mints in the United States. During this time, the U.S. Mint was working hard to keep up with the demand for coinage as the country's economy continued to grow. The 1954 penny, like other pennies of the era, was produced primarily for daily use. However, as with many older coins, it's not just about what the coin was intended for, but how it survived over time. Now let's take a moment to appreciate the design of the 1954 penny. On the obverse, we see the timeless portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln, who led the country through its most difficult years, is depicted with great dignity and detail. The words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and "The Year of Minting, 1954, are inscribed around the image of Lincoln. These inscriptions give the coin a sense of historical reverence and make it an enduring symbol of American values. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find the classic wheat ears design that graced the penny from 1909 to 1958. The two stalks of wheat represent the country's agricultural roots, reflecting the hard-working spirit of the American people. Surrounding the wheat stalks are the words, United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 1 cent. This design is simple yet powerful, and it has become an iconic feature of American coinage. But here's where things get interesting. The true value of the 1954 penny lies not just in its design, but in its rarity and condition. Most 1954 pennies were circulated extensively during the 1950s and 1960s, which means they've gone through the rigors of daily use. Over time, the coins became worn, their sharp details faded, and their surfaces became scratched or scuffed. As a result, the vast majority of these pennies aren't particularly valuable. However, coins that have survived in pristine condition, meaning they show no signs of wear and retain their original sharp details, are incredibly rare. For collectors, finding a 1954 penny in mint state is a thrilling discovery. Coins that are in uncirculated condition, free from scratches, dents, or discoloration, can fetch a much higher price than those that have been heavily circulated. The condition of the coin plays a major role in determining its value. The higher the quality, the more valuable the coin becomes in the eyes of collectors. In addition to condition, the 1954 penny's value can also be influenced by any unique features or minting errors. The world of coin collecting is filled with enthusiasts who hunt for coins with unusual characteristics or mistakes made during the minting process. Minting errors, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or die cracks, can significantly increase a coin's value. These errors make the coin unique, and collectors are always on the lookout for such anomalies. If you happen to find a 1954 D penny with a minting error, it could be worth far more than a standard example. So, how much could the 1954 D penny actually be worth? While most 1954 D pennies are worth only their face value, a coin in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth significantly more. In fact, if you happen to have a 1954 D penny that's in near perfect or mint condition, or one that has a rare minting error, it could be worth as much as $130,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $130,000. That's the kind of value that a well-preserved, rare 1954 D penny can command in the right market. It's a staggering amount for such a small and seemingly ordinary coin, but that's the beauty of coin collecting. The value of a coin isn't always determined by its size or its intended use, but by its rarity, condition, and historical significance. If you're lucky enough to find a 1954 D penny in your collection or in your change, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Even if it doesn't seem particularly special at first, it could turn out to be a valuable treasure hiding in plain sight. So, keep your eyes peeled for that next great find. You never know when you might stumble upon a coin worth a small fortune. Last unique coin, we're diving into a coin that might seem like just another piece of change, but it's actually a hidden gem in the world of numismatics. The United States Liberty 1-cent coin from 1957 holds a fascinating story, and this coin is more valuable than you might think. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll learn why the 1957 penny could potentially be worth a lot of money, and just how much that could be. Let's start by taking a quick look at the year 1957. The post-war economic boom was still in full swing, and the United States was seeing rapid expansion in technology, infrastructure, and consumer goods. The country was growing, and the prosperity of the 1950s was evident in everyday life. But in the world of coinage, the 1957 penny was just another 1-cent piece being circulated across the country. Little did people know that this coin, which was a common sight in the pockets of everyday Americans, would eventually become a collector's dream. The 1957 penny is particularly interesting because it was minted just a year before the change in the design of the penny. Starting in 1959, the U.S. Mint switched to the Lincoln Memorial design, which replaced the wheat stalks on the reverse of the coin. The 1957 penny still features the iconic wheat design, a tribute to America's agricultural roots. But what truly makes this coin stand out in the world of collectors is its rarity, especially when found in pristine condition. The design of the 1957 penny remains a classic. On the obverse side, we see President Abraham Lincoln, whose portrait has graced the penny since 1909. His image, created by Victor David Brenner, is one of the most recognizable in the history of U.S. coinage. The words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," surround Lincoln's profile, and at the bottom, you'll see the year of minting, 1957. This simple yet powerful design captures the spirit of the American people and continues to be beloved by collectors. On the reverse of the coin, you'll find the classic wheat stalks design, which was used on the penny from 1909 until 1958. The two stalks of wheat, standing tall on either side of the words, 1 cent, symbolize the nation's agricultural foundation. Above the wheat, you'll find United States of America and the inscription E pluribus unum. The wheat design is considered a symbol of hard work, perseverance, and growth, values that have been at the heart of the United States for centuries. Now, let's talk about why this seemingly ordinary penny is worth so much. As with most coins, the value of the 1957 penny depends on its condition and rarity. Many of the 1957 pennies were heavily circulated during the years following their release, and because they were spent and exchanged, they often show signs of wear and tear. These coins, while still collectible, tend to be worth only a small amount above their face value. However, coins that have been carefully preserved or have survived in mint condition are where the real value lies. The key to determining the value of the 1957 penny is its condition. A coin in mint or near mint condition, with sharp details, no signs of wear, and no discoloration, is worth far more than one that has been through the ringer of daily circulation. Collectors prize coins in pristine condition, and the 1957 penny is no exception. A well-preserved coin can fetch hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars, especially if it's one of the rarer variations. What about special features or minting errors? That's where things get really exciting. Errors in the minting process, such as double strikes or off-center strikes, can make a coin even more valuable. These errors are rare, and when found on a coin like the 1957 penny, they are highly sought after by collectors. If you happen to have a 1957 penny with a unique minting error, the value could skyrocket, as error coins are often the most prized in the numismatic world. Now, you might be wondering just how much the 1957 penny could be worth. While most of the 1957 pennies you'll find in your change or collection may only be worth a small premium, there's one thing you should know: a 1957 penny in perfect condition or with a rare minting error can be worth an incredible amount of money. And for the rarest specimens, the value can reach a jaw-dropping amount. In fact, a 1957 penny in excellent condition or with a significant minting error has been known to sell for as much as $99,000. That's right, $99,000 for a single penny. It's incredible to think that something so small and seemingly ordinary could be worth so much, but that's the magic of rare coins. When you combine rarity, exceptional condition, and collector demand, you get a coin that's worth far more than just its face value. So, what should you do if you have a 1957 penny? First, take a close look at its condition. If it's in mint or near mint condition, it could be worth far more than you thought. If you find any unusual features or suspect it might be an error coin, make sure to get it properly evaluated by a professional. You could be holding onto a rare piece of history that's worth a small fortune. Thank you for joining us today as we explored the fascinating world of the 1957 Liberty 1-cent coin. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future discoveries. Have you ever found a rare coin or a valuable penny? Let us know in the comments below. Happy collecting, and remember, sometimes the most unexpected coins can hold incredible value.